So let's talk about the hiring process, right? We,
Mm,
we we have to talk because this is getting very interesting now. So the hiring process, you mentioned several times about the different layers. You already spoke about it.
mhm,
So you spoke that there are multiple levels, like you're hiring for a company, but
mhm,
one company gives a contract to another,
mhm,
that company
mhm,
gives a contract to another, then that company gives a contract to another.
mhm,
So my question here is that how does the recruiting company basically make money through this?
mhm. Yeah, that's a great question because I think
So
people have,
for
yeah,
me, I get to see,
yeah,
okay, how much I ask a question. Let's say I'm a
yeah,
candidate. I will ask, hey,
mm,
there are how much will I be getting? You will
mm,
say $60 an hour incorporated.
mm,
But
mm,
what is the level above if there are three
mm,
levels?
No, that's a great question because so many applicants think that recruiters are taking money out of their salary. And if I'm offering you less money, that means I'm putting more money in my pocket. Now, that's absolutely not the case. It's actually other way around. Okay, so let's talk about, there are two types of recruiters: agency recruiters and in-house recruiters. So in-house recruiters have fixed salary.
In-house recruiter typically means like companies, big corporate, big names. They're hired full-time recruiters.
Not necessarily big name. You could be a small company and you could have your own recruiter.
Okay. For example, a
So
company A having his recruiter hiring for company A only.
only, exactly, they are only responsible for that one particular company. They are part of their company. They are there, one of the employees, right? So it could be big, but in-house recruiter or talent acquisition person, they are salaried people. They do get bonuses, but then their salary is fixed. So whether I hire 50 or I hire 150, my salary will remain the same. My bonus may vary based on my company's overall performance or a little bit of my own performance, but I'm not going to get anything out of your pocket. Okay, so we really need to understand. So that's one part. So they are solely working with the company's budget. They cannot increase or decrease your salary because they want to or they like to. They will be more valuable if they hire good employees with less salary. So my negotiation skill will be there because that way I can show the company that, I'm saving you money. Okay. um but again, I cannot go too much below the standard. I cannot go too much above the standard as well. If everybody in my company is getting, say, 90K, you are an addition into the team, I cannot give you 100K because then everybody else already getting 90 and company cannot raise the standard for everyone. So I have to offer you 90K. Now that doesn't mean I'm taking 10K in my pocket. So they have a fixed budget, and they have a fixed salary. So they are not getting anything out of it. Um, Agency recruiters, they get a very basic minimum salary plus commission. Their commissions are good, say 10%. But 10% is not based out of your salary. Okay. So recruiters get paid um, more if you get more salary. So, for example, I tell you the bifurcation, but for example, you have 110K salary, I get 10% out of it.
But
If
who
you,
pays?
I tell you that, if you get 90K, I get 10% out of it. So, it is in my favor to get you 110K salary than 90K. Yes? Because
Yes.
then my percentage will be higher. So, it is in my favor to get you more salary. Okay. Now, who pays me? The company who hires me or the company who hires the recruiting agency, they pay the agency directly. I don't get paid from the salary of the candidate. So, for example, I hire somebody with 120K salary, then the agency's cut is 20K, 20%
From the
agency
main company, from the
from
hiring.
the from the main salary.
Mhm.
Agency's cut is 20%. So I'm a staffing agency. I hire somebody for one company and their salary is 120K. So that company who hires that candidate, they pay the agency 20%. Okay.
Okay, but not from
Uh,
my salary.
Not from your salary, from
That's an
your
additional
company.
cost.
that
Yes,
the company who is hiring you, they are spending additional money
I
to
see.
hire the staffing agency. So for example, if I want to hire somebody for my company, I hire a staffing agency and I pay them fees to hire me somebody to work for my company.
I
And it
see.
has nothing to do with your salary.
So even though there are three levels of the things, the three level people will act, three level agencies will get paid based on the 20% cut that the company basically gives. So that 20% will be distributed between three different companies according to the contract.
No,
No?
no. Every so consider like this. So you are staffing agency is a service provider. And staffing agency is selling a product which is a skill
Mhm.
set employee. Staffing agency is selling an employee or skilled worker. Okay, so their product. They get paid based on what product they deliver. So if there are three layers, every company is paying from their pocket to pay for the services they are using. So
Mhm.
your salary, your 20% of salary is not going to be distributed with three people. Oh, there is one company, my salary is less distributed. Three company, no. So basically, as you mentioned, it's an extra cost.
But I have noticed that if there are three different companies approaching you,
Mm,
there might be some difference in the salary.
mhm,
Some people say you will get $60, some people say $70, some people
mhm.
say $75. So
Yeah.
why there is a difference? Same requisition number.
Mhm. Yeah, so again, every company has different budget. So I want to hire somebody, but I also have to pay the agency, and I also have to see how what I'm paying internally. People don't understand this. Try and understand. Um, Company A is paying $70 for their internal employees, so they can hire someone else with $70 to and add them in their company. But company B is paying $60 for the same work done to their current employees. So I cannot afford pay $70 and bring a new person in here. So now I have those constraints. So I have to bring somebody with $60. Now both the roles are going to a staffing agency, to a staffing recruiter. And recruiter is saying that I have a Java developer role. One is for company A with $60 per hour. One is with company B with $70 per hour. Recruiter is not taking your money. Recruiter gets paid whatever that company is paying them, or
Mhm.
whatever that company has decided, that 20%, whether it is $60 70. Recruiter is not getting 20%, by the way. They are getting 10%. 10% is for the staffing agency, the company itself, and then
Mhm.
whatever percent decided for the recruiter, again for a accounts manager. But that's really the extra cost of the company who is getting the service. It's not coming out
Coming
of
from
your
the
pocket.
salary.
Your salary or your per hour is decided by the company who is hiring you.
I see. So whether it is $40 or $50 an hour or 60,000 or 70,000, company directly decides this is what you
Exactly.
will get. Whatever
Exactly.
additional the recruiter gets or the staffing agency gets, this is all coming directly as an add-on cost that you and the staffing agency and the company basically has agreement.
Exactly.